this for people that could not come. There we go. All right, so my name is Kelsey Amaya. I'm a 5th grade teacher in Klein ISD. I'm actually going to be teaching 4th grade next year for Klein ISD. And there's all my social media accounts if you want to follow my YouTube channel. I add tons and tons of things pretty much daily to that. Just when teachers ask a question, it's just easier for me to upload a video because it's probably other educators that have the same question. So just be looking out for those videos as I post them. Okay, some of us were already doing that, but use the chat to tell us where you're from. We love to see where people are viewing this presentation from. Cy-Fair, San Antonio, Round Rock, Oklahoma, Klein, yay, Klein, Montgomery, Alabama, Colorado, very cool. Awesome. Well, I'm glad you're here to learn about how to create a syllabus. Now, the syllabus I'm going to show you, it can be maneuvered in all different types of ways. You're going to be able to create it however you want to personalize it, but I'm just going to show you how to do that when I start to create the syllabus. So on the next slide, we're going to start to create our own. So inside of this slide deck, I have the syllabus example that you can have, and you can change up anything you want on it. I also have Brittany's background templates. You're able to use those background templates and paste those into your syllabus into Google Slides. So I just wanted to add those to this presentation. And then if you don't follow Hey Ashley G, she has phenomenal background templates for like your phone and your desktop. And I actually asked her yesterday because I was going to be doing this, I asked her if we could use them for our syllabus template, and she said yes. So I uploaded, if you click this link, it'll take you to the actual drive that's free with all of her freebies, and you would just click wallpaper, and this is where we're going to be going to find the backgrounds and the fill-ins for our syllabus. So I just wanted to add those because they're really, really cute. I know we're all about cutesy things, so they're really cute backgrounds that you can use for your syllabus, okay? All right, so let's get started. So open up a new Google slide. So that's where we're first gonna start, and the link is in the top of the chat. So if you scroll all the way to the top, you should find the link. I'm gonna paste it again. So that way everybody can have it. There we go. Okay. All right. So the first thing you have to do when you get to a Google slide is we need to change the page setup. So I don't want it to be, I want it to be more portrait instead of landscape. I want it to be longer than wider. So you're going to go to File, Page Setup, and then you're going to hit Custom. And my preference is a 14 by an 18 inch. Now it could be any size that you want, but for right now, I'm just gonna do a 14 by 18 because this is the one, I did 14 by 18 for the one I showed y'all. So I'm gonna just do the 14 by 18. So how I did that was I went to File, Page Setup, hit Custom, and then a 14 by 18, and then hit Apply, okay? All right, the next thing, I'm gonna delete these boxes for our text boxes because I wanna start with a blank slate. So after you get your blank slate completed and you've gotten all of that done with your page setup and also getting rid of those text boxes, you wanna actually get the background of your syllabus. So this is where that Hey Ashley G backgrounds come in. So you can either do this, there's multiple ways you can do this. You can just go to backgrounds right here, click that, and you can choose a color. You can have a custom color if you want it. You can choose an image from something you've uploaded or your Google Drive, or you can even do a Google image search and search the web for a picture for your background. Or what I'm going to do is I'm going to add one from that file from Ashley. So if you have that file up and you have the wallpaper, I'm going to just scroll down and see which one I really want to have. So the one that I'm going to choose, let's see, I'm going to choose this one with the school supplies. So I'm going to double click on this and I'm going to hit the download and it's going to download to the bottom of my screen. So when it downloads to the bottom of my screen, if I go back to my Google slide template, I can just drag this up and drop it in, and then I can make it as big or as small as I want. Now, see how it's stretched like that? We're probably gonna wanna find a different one unless you're okay with it stretched. I mean, it doesn't look bad at all. It actually looks pretty good. But sometimes you might not be able to find a picture that's in your layout, your page setup. Also, you can also go to that Ashley G folder and look at the phone wallpapers because they are longer. So when I click on this, see how they're longer? And I can download this one, delete this one out, and then upload that one back in. So now that one that looks a lot better than what I just did. So I'm gonna keep with that one. So let me show you that one more time so that way we don't have anybody lost. So let me delete that. So what I'm gonna do, you can either change the background color, you can choose an image you want from Google Drive, from your uploads, or from a Google search, or you can use that Hey Ashley G folder that I shared with you in the presentation. You can go to the phone or the wallpaper options. You can choose one that you like, that you want to work with. You double click on it. It'll pop up. You hit download. It downloads to the bottom. And you're just going to scroll up and drop it into your presentation and make it the size that you want it. Okay? Are there any questions? Yes, you can rotate the background without stretching it. Yep, perfect. All right, very good. And the link to this presentation is at the top of the chat. All right. All right, so now you have your backgrounds done. Now we need to add the actual boxes where you're going to type in your syllabus and your class expectations. So to do that, you're going to go to the shape, go over to shapes, and you can choose any of these shapes that you want to add. Now, I like the one with the curved edges, so I'm just going to click on that, and a little arrow pops up. You're going to hold your mouse down and drag to make it as big or as small as you want, and then just release, and it'll come up with the shape, okay? So my preference is the curved, but if you want to do other shapes like the stars or anything like that, that's perfectly fine. I just like the curve because it gives it a slick look. So now once you have your shape and you have it the size you want to probably change the background because this is just a hideous looking background and I'm not a fan of this like tannish color. So to change the background of a shape, you'll go to the color fill the color bucket. You can choose any of these colors or any of these gradient options, or you can do a custom option for your color. Now for the custom option, where I go to get my customized colors is I go to this color.lol. So right here, colors.lol. And this is a great site to find color palettes for your presentations or your documents that you're creating. And so if you scroll through here, there's hundreds and hundreds of color palettes that go together. So you can choose one of these colors that might match your background that you chose. So I'm gonna look for a purple that I like on this colors.lol. And I found one right here, this purpley pink, or actually I like this lavender. I'm gonna choose the lavender. So all I'm gonna do is double click and I'm gonna Control-C to copy that code. I'm gonna go back to my syllabus and make sure that my box is highlighted. And then I'm gonna go to my fill color, hit this plus sign for the custom, and Control-V. So there's my color that I want. You can choose any other gradients when it comes up. and you can hit OK. And there's the color of my syllabus. Okay, I'll do that one more time. So you'll go to, if you wanted to change the color, you can either choose one of the colors that Google offers, or my personal preference is to go to this colors.lol website, and they have all different palettes. So when you find a color that you want, you can just double click on the numbers and the letters, go back to your syllabus, make sure your box is clicked. You'll go to the color, fill color, hit the plus sign, and then Control V to paste in your color code and hit OK. Okay? So that's how you get your box filled with a different color or a design or whatever you want to do for your syllabus. Now, on the one that I created for your template, I have 3 boxes here. So to make 3 more boxes, you'll just make sure it's highlighted, and you'll just Control D, Control D. So Control D just duplicates your image, and it makes it the same size, the same format. It makes anything the exact same. So you'll just Control D, and then you can drag them over to wherever you want. I'm gonna make this one a little smaller because I don't want it so big. Maybe put this one a little bit smaller. There we go. Maybe I'll have this one just a little bit bigger in the center. There we go. Okay, so now I have all of my boxes already colored. I have them where I want them to be. Now I really think that I want to have a border around my boxes. So to get a border, you'll just click on the shape. You'll go up to where this border color is. You can change the border to any color you want. I'm gonna see what white looks like. And then you still don't really see the border, so I'm gonna change the border width to try an 8. Okay, so now you can see the border on there. And there's all different types of options for a border. So let me make it a little bigger so you can see when I change the options. So there's multiple options. You can do a dot option where it's dots around your box. You can choose a dash one where there's dashes. You can choose a dot and a dash. Or you can choose just the, there's like thicker dashes and dots as well. It just depends on, again, your preference. So I'm gonna stick with the large dashes on mine. So I'm gonna do that for all of my boxes. I'm just gonna make them the size, the border width, and the dash that I want. So all I did was go up to the color pencil, change it to white, change my border width, I used 12, and then change my border dashes to be the second to last one, the big dashes right there, okay? So now the boxes kind of stand out instead of it just being just the box, okay? All right, so the next thing we're gonna do is we're gonna add a title to our syllabus. So to add a title, personally, I like to add it with word art. You can also add it with the font Giraffe. It's a font tool, so I'll show you both of those so that way you have 2 different options to choose from. So the first one I'll show you is word art. So by going to Insert, Word Art, you can type in your words in there. So I'm just gonna put class syllabus. Now, if you wanted to have syllabus underneath class, it says to enter, or to shift and plus the enter key. So all you're gonna do is hit shift, enter. So it hits it below, so they show up below each other in your word art. But I'm gonna keep them the same line, okay? It'll come up looking like this. Now to fill in your word art, you'll do the same thing you just did for the fill of our boxes. You'll go to the color fill little paint thingamabobber, and you'll fill it in with whatever. So I'm just gonna do a black, so it stands out. You can change the border color, you can change the border weight, and you can also change the border dashes as well. And you can also change the font. So you can change it to any font that you want. And also, if you don't know about fonts in Google, there's a more fonts option when you hit fonts. This has thousands of fonts that are added every single day from Google. And you can sort them in any ways. You can sort by a handwriting font. So like the cute little handwriting font. You can sort by when it was added. So all of the ones that have been added this month will be up at the top. You can also sort by how, like what's trending. So what are the most popular ones right now that people are using? So all of these are the most popular that people are using for their creations. So I'm gonna just choose this Lackey Ready one. That one looks kind of cool. So I'm gonna click on that and make sure it has a check mark, and then you'll hit OK. And so now it's changed it to the font that I just picked. And once you pick that font, once you have that font, it'll show up on your font bar from now on. You're not gonna have to go every time to the more fonts and try and find it again. It'll show up on your font bar every single time you open up a new Google slide or Google Doc, okay? All right, so that looks pretty good to me. So I like that. So now we wanna actually, I'm gonna show you how to do it with the font Giraffe. So what you'll do is you'll go to Google, and I think it's called Giraffe Fonts. I might be wrong. I might be Text Giraffe. Okay, it's Text Giraffe, sorry. Text Giraffe. So textgiraffe.com. This is a free logo maker that actually makes logos based on the words or the names that you want to add. So if I wanted to add the words class syllabus, I'll just do that and you'll just hit go. And then all of the creations will pop up with your words in them. And there are multiple pages where you can find the one that best suits what you're creating. And you can find which one you like. And so I'm going to choose, let's see. Hard decision. There's too many choices. I'm going to choose this one up here, this class syllabus one. You can click on the class syllabus picture, and then you'll just hit download logo. And I always download it as a small because I don't know how big or how small I want it. So then you'll just download it as a small logo. And there it is, it pops up on my screen. Now I'm gonna right click. I'm gonna copy my image. I'm gonna go back to my syllabus, and I'm going to Control V to paste it. There it is. And there is my title for my class syllabus, okay? So that's just another way to get some fun fonts, and that's called Text Giraffe, and that's just another option for you to really personalize your creations in Google. You can also use Text Giraffe when you're adding things into like folders on Schoology. You can use it in Pages. You can use it in creating for your folders. You can use it in anything on Schoology. You can even use it for your course picture and just download it for your course picture. There's multiple ways that you can use the Text Giraffe option, okay? So that's the other way you can add your title. Now I want to add my titles to my boxes. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go to Insert, Word Art. Okay. My first title that I had on my presentation was an expectation. So I'm just going to type in expectations. There it is. I'm going to drag it to make it a little smaller. Okay. Now I want to fill in this word art again. So I'm going to go to my fill bucket. I'm going to just do black so it stands out. And I'm going to choose that font I just added, that Lackey Ready one, as my font. So there it is right there. Okay. Now I'm going to duplicate this by going to Control D. And it's easier to just duplicate one that you know you're liking. So that way you don't have to try and find the size, find the shapes, find anything. It's all going to be the exact same. So I'm going to duplicate that 2 more times so that way I can move it over to my boxes. And then I'm going to change this expectation by double clicking inside of the box. And I'm going to change it to contact. There we go. Okay. And then my next one I'm changing to learning goals. Okay, and you might have to make that one a little smaller because it's 2 words. There we go. Okay, so there is my pretty much my format that I want to have for my class syllabus. Now to add in text boxes, so that way you can actually type in the boxes, you will just go up to this T with like the frame around it, click on that, and you'll just drag in your text box into your actual box on your syllabus. Now you'll probably need to make your text a little bigger. You can change the font of your text to any fonts. You can change the boldness. You can change if it's centered. You can even add links to other things by just inserting a link because this is going to be a working document where kids can click on it. If you're going to upload it into Schoology, this will be something that can be published in Schoology and actually embedded. So you can have working links as well. So then once you have your text box, you can just start typing inside of your text box with what your expectations are. And then what you'll just do is you'll add in another text box to the contacts, and you'll add in another text box for your learning goals. Okay? So now you'll be able to click inside and add in those text boxes. Okay, are there any questions? I don't see any questions so far. Perfect. Okay, now to make the second page, because some of y'all might have to have 2 or 3 pages to your syllabus depending on what classes you teach. I know high school classes might have a lot more things for their syllabus. So to make a page that looks and has all of this information on it already, you'll just click over on your slideshow bar, click it, and you'll just hit Control-D to duplicate it. Okay, so it duplicates. Now you're probably gonna have to just get rid of the title. So just click on the title and delete. You might have to move these boxes around. So if you wanna move the boxes all together, you can click on the word hold the Control key down and click on the box. That makes it be together. So that way it moves all of the stuff together. So you can just drag, oops, sorry, didn't connect. So if I click that and I click that, they're both together. I can just drag it both up. There they are, okay? So I'm gonna do the same thing for these and drag them up. Do the same thing for these, drag them up. And then I might want to add like maybe another one down here depending on how big or how small my boxes are. So you would just have to do the same thing, hit the Control, and then you can duplicate that entire box. So that way you have 4 boxes. You can make it a little smaller if you want. It's really just how you want to organize your syllabus, and it's just your personal preference with how you organize that as well. And then to change these, you would just double click and maybe put grading guidelines. You might want to put digital items. I don't know. Digital items. Oop. There you go. Let me see what else I had on mine. Procedures. So homework. And then procedures. Okay. So there is my syllabus. I am ready to start adding in things to my syllabus. So like I'm going to show you all how to add in like the moving GIFs to your actual presentation. So that way you can have some moving parts to it so it's more engaging for your students. So my favorite website for GIFs, and I know it's one of Brittany's favorites as well, is Giphy.com. So you're going to open up a new tab, and you're just going to type in on your type bar Giphy, Phy.com. So Giphy.com, and you hit enter. And this is the Giphy site. I don't know if you call it GIF or GIF. There was something on Twitter about how it was you either use a Giphy or Jiffy. I like GIFs. I don't know. So because it's like you're giving the students a gift, you know, but it's a gift. So, okay. So what you're going to do is if I'm back on my syllabus template, I want to find maybe something like for my contacts, I want to find like a sticker that has like a moving phone or something. So I'm going to go to the Giphy.com website. I'm going to search in the search bar, phone, and I'm going to click. And now I don't really want to add these types of GIFs, even though they're super funny. I want to just add the sticker. So I'm going to click over on the sticker. And there are the phone options that pop up. And you can figure out which one you want. So I like this one that changes colors and it's like the phone is ringing. So when you find one that you like, you will just click this little URL right here, this link, click it. It's going to automatically copy it. You'll go back to your syllabus template. You'll go to Insert, Image, and not searching the web or uploading from computer. You're going to go all the way by where it says By URL. And you're going to click By URL. And you're going to paste that URL that was just copied to your clipboard into there. And it'll give you a preview. And if you want to insert it, you'll just hit Insert. There it is. You can move it up to where you want it to be. And there's the Giphy that pops up. So it moves around. There's a lot of movement to it. It really just makes your entire syllabus pop. So I'm going to do that one more time so that way if people didn't get it, they'll be able to get it this time. So I'm going to go to Giphy.com. And once it pops up, once Giphy.com pops up, this is what it will look like. You'll type in what you want. So I'm going to type in grading because I'll do one for grading. So I'm going to type in grading, hit enter. And you want to go over to where it says stickers. You don't want the GIF, you want the sticker. Okay? So there's the sticker. There's all of those. Ooh, I like this one. Grading with flair. I love flares. Okay, so I'm going to use this one. So I'm going to click the little link that pops up when you hover over it. Now, if you click on the GIF, it'll still pop up and you can still copy it right there. And you can also embed it as well straight into Schoology. So like when you embed a Google slide into Schoology, you can embed a GIF into your Schoology page as well. So that's just another option. So I'm going to click copy link. Now these three links pop up. You always want to, for my personal preference, you only want to use the middle one because the first one and usually that HTML one doesn't work for me. So I always use the middle one. So I'm going to copy that one. I'm going to go back to my syllabus template. I'm going to go to Insert, Image, search the web. Or no, I'm sorry, Insert, Image, by URL. I'm so used to searching the web. By URL. And you'll just hit Control V to paste it. There it is. And I'm going to hit Insert. Now, I accidentally posted the grading one on my first page. I want it to be on my second page. So I'm going to Control C to copy it. And I'm going to go to my second page and Control V. And so there's the one on my second page. So you don't have to do all those steps again. You just copy it to your second page. So there it is. And then I'm going to delete this one. Okay? So those are how you add GIFs to your syllabus. You can also add your Bitmojis to your syllabus. So if you have Bitmojis on your computer as the extension, you can add those to your syllabus as well. So how you do that is you'll go to the Bitmoji extension at the top. Once you have it all set up with your Snapchat and you've got the extension on there, and you can have any of these Bitmojis added to your syllabus. So I like this pencil one. So what you can do is you can either right click and copy it and then paste it into your document, or you can just drag it and paste. And there it is. So now there is my Bitmoji. And see how it says it has the class behind it? I want it to be in front. So I'm going to right click. I'm going to go Order, Bring to Front. Okay. So there is my, it's hanging off a little bit, but there's my Bitmoji in my class syllabus. Okay. All right. Are there any questions? I don't see any questions so far. Okay. So once you get your entire class syllabus all completed, there's tons of things you can add to your class syllabus. You can add pictures. You can add more word art. But this is just the basic of how to set up your class syllabus in Google Slides. So now I'm going to show you how to actually, yes.
I'm sorry, this is Heather. Could you go over how to get the text giraffe on there again just one more time?
How to get the what?
The text giraffe,
oh, yes, yes. Okay, so for the text giraffe, you'll just go to textgiraffe.com. Okay. It's usually the first one that pops up on Google. You'll type in what you want for your name or logo. You'll type that in, so I'm just going to type class syllabus. Okay, I'm going to hit go. And then all of these options pop up. And whichever one you choose, you'll just click on it. And then you'll hit, once you're satisfied, you'll hit download logo. And I always just do the small logo just to be safe so it's not too big. So I'm going to click small logo. It downloads it to my computer. I'm going to right click on the logo, hit copy. And then I'm going to go back into my syllabus and then Control V to hit paste. Oh, that's the wrong syllabus. See, I got too many windows open. Control V. So now there's my text giraffe words in my syllabus. Okay.
Thank you.
You're welcome. All right. So now let's go. I'm going to show you how to add this to your Schoology. Okay. So what you're going to do is you're going to open up your Schoology course. So let me get to a course. Okay. So I got my practice course right here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go to add materials. There's multiple ways you can add it. I'll show you multiple ways. So that way you have options that you can choose from. I'm going to show you the first way of adding it as a page. So I'm going to go to add materials, add a page. I'm going to title it class syllabus. Okay. Now, for you to embed it into Schoology pages, you have to have it on the HTML section of your page. So to do that, see these two dots right here? You'll just click on that so it switches to HTML. And you know that it's HTML because there's no editing tools at the top, okay? So once you get it switched to HTML, I'll show you again. So this is switching, this is visual. So that just means what they're actually going to see, and then HTML, okay? Once you get to HTML, you're going to go back to your syllabus, and you're going to go to File, Publish to the Web, and then you're going to hit Publish and hit OK, okay? Now, a link pops up, and also an embed code pops up. I personally want the embed code because I want my students to see it in Schoology. So I'm going to double click on this. I'm going to Control C this embed code. And then I'm going to go back into my Schoology with my page open. And I'm going to hit Control V. Okay. Now it looks a little cray-cray. All right. This is not what it's going to look like on the actual template. Now, the last thing I do before I publish is I've just done trial and error, and this width and this height does not work. You can't see the entire document with the width and the height being that big. So I changed my width to 1000 in the code, and I changed my height to 1200, okay? That's just my personal experience with adding things like this. You just have to trial and error with it. But if you want to change any embed code with the width and the height, because it doesn't show all of it, all you'll do is just change it right there where it says width and height right there. Okay. I will do this one more time, I promise. And then I'll hit create. Okay. So now whenever you create something, it goes to the very bottom. I'm going to hit class syllabus. And there is my class syllabus for my students to see right there in Schoology with our moving GIFs. And then what they can do is they can click over and see the second slide of the syllabus. Okay? So I'll do that one more time to show you one more time. So let me go back to so what you're going to do is you're going to create a page in Schoology. Once you create a page in Schoology, you will switch it from the visual to the actual embed code, which is HTML. Okay, so once you have your page, you'll go back to your syllabus. You'll go to File, Publish to the Web. You'll hit Publish. Then you'll go over to the embed code. You'll click on that embed code, Control-C to copy it. You'll go back to that page and Control-V to paste it. Now, the last thing before I submit this page is I'm going to change the width to 1,000, and I'm going to change the height to 1,200. Okay. Then I hit Save Changes, and there is my syllabus right there for my students to see. Now, you can always play with the width and play with the height to make it even smaller than this. It's just depending on your preference. Okay. All right, that's how you add it to a page. Now, you can also add it as a link. So if I go back to my practice course, you can add your syllabus as a link. So to do that, you'll go to Add Materials, add a File Link External Tool, hit File. Oh, sorry, hit Link. I'm sorry, Link. Then you're going to go back to your syllabus, and this Publish to the Web should still be up. You're going to click that link option now and copy that link and then paste it into where it says link URL. Okay. Then you'll title it Class Syllabus. And I always click, it's your preference, but this little paper right here, if you click that, when students click on this class syllabus, it will be displayed in a new window. If you unclick that, it'll actually be displayed in Schoology, so your students aren't having another window open. So it's just depending on your preference. So I'm going to click Add. And then it's going to go all the way down to the bottom. And I'm going to hit my class syllabus. And then I'm going to hit Open. And there's my class syllabus for my students to see. Okay? So that's just the other way that you can add your class syllabus to Schoology. The last way that you could technically add your class syllabus to Schoology is by if you create like those buttons that a lot of people are doing. So if I have the buttons up, if I have my buttons up like this, and you wanted this to be able to go straight to the syllabus, you can actually link it to your buttons. And I have a video on that, and Brittany just made a video on that as well. That's another way that all you would do is have this link and be able to upload that with your button. Okay? All right. Are there any questions about where I got anything? Inside of that presentation that I showed you is where I linked in Brittany's backgrounds as well you can use. And then I also linked in Hey Ashley G's shared sites that was it goes to your Google Drive, and then that way you can have those pictures to upload to your Google Slides. Where did you get that? Where did I get what?
Hey Kelsey, sorry, that was me. I don't know how to explain it. But hold on. Sorry, I have something going. When you go to your Schoology page and you see where you have, let me pull mine up because I can't remember, where it says the course, what course it is.
Yeah.
And your picture on that course is, yes. How did you kind of edit that and make it bigger? Because mine's only letting me do a rectangle.
So you can create your pictures in your Schoology course. I do them through either Canva or through Google Drawing. Okay. And so creating those, you'll just have to play with the size, but you can always size them to make them longer or wider, and then it'll ultimately attach it the way that you wanted it.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Another question, Kelsey.
Yes.
Why did it, when you moved the syllabus to Schoology, it looked like a page? It didn't show the picture.
Let me see. This one?
If you go, yes. Why won't it show a picture? It's supposed to show a picture here.
So
the kids won't have to open it.
Yeah, so it's not going to show, are you talking about right here where it says class syllabus?
Yes.
It's not going to show, it's going to show the actual image showing like that Schoology has that shows that that is a page.
So you can't show it as a picture?
Yeah, so once kids click in this class syllabus.
Okay, so they have to click it.
Yeah, they have to click it unless you have it linked to like your button. And you can have like a button with class syllabus. And then once you can have this linked, the button linked to your class syllabus, and they'll just click that and it'll take them to your class syllabus.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yes, thank you.
You're welcome.
Kelsey, could you show me one more time, how did you add that Bitmoji to your syllabus?
Oh, yes. Okay, so for Bitmojis, you have to first do all the steps before. So you have to either create like a Snapchat, and I have a Snapchat, but I personally don't use it at all. I just use it for the fun 3D dancing Bitmojis, and then also this Bitmoji for my extensions. So you'll have to do that first and also download the app for your Bitmoji. So you'll have to get the extension by going to the App Store and then finding the Bitmoji extension. And once that's there, you can click on your Bitmoji and then say I wanted this yes one. You can either right click on it and copy it and then paste it into your document, or you can just drag it and paste. And there it is.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. All right.
I had a question.
Yes.
I came in like 15 minutes late.
Okay.
Will this be on YouTube?
Yes, I'm gonna download it and post it on YouTube like 20 minutes later. Yes.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
I just wanted to
So somebody asked in the chat about Snapchat. So if you have Snapchat, that's where you see all of those moving 3D like dancing Bitmojis. That's why I use Snapchat, is because you can have those dancing videos of yourself as a Bitmoji, and you can actually add those into your presentations. And some people have those added like to their Google Slides or their presentations that they're doing. So it's just a fun way to play with your Bitmoji. Yes, if you make changes to your syllabus, it will update it automatically. You don't have to click anything else because it is published to the web. So nothing that is changed, like you don't have to keep adding in the new syllabus link or anything like that. Since it's published, it will automatically update to your student's template. Where do I click the preview what the students will be seeing? Okay, so in your Schoology, once you have students in your Schoology, some of y'all might not be able to see what the students are seeing yet because you don't have students in your class. So for me, I just added, of course, I added my mother to my practice course when we first got it, so that way I could practice with her as a student. So I just added in another teacher, or maybe you have a friend that's a teacher, you can just add to your practice course, and so you can see what it looks like for the student. So to see what it looks like for the student, you'll just go to course options. Oh, maybe I don't have any students in here. Let me see. Hold on. Oh, I made them all admin. Let me change this one to be remove admin. Sorry, mother. Okay. All right. So to see it as a student, you'll just go to course options, view course as, and once you have your roster, you will see all of the students that are in your course, and you can view it as any of those students. So I'm going to click on Colleen Locker. And so now it says you're viewing this course as this student. So this is what it's going to look like for my student. So here is the class syllabus that was just added. So I'm going to click on that. And this is what they're going to see. So they're going to be able to see this. So I did this correctly by adding it, embedding it in there, because I know that this Colleen Locker can see my class syllabus, and so can everyone else. And so then to just get out of that, to get out of the preview of a student, you'll just hit back to course. and it will turn it back into your practice course. Okay. How do I add a practice course, or is that something that might, so the district will control your Schoology when it comes to like adding in your courses and setting it up for your gradebook. But there's a lot of people that are actually creating their own from like their personal account, so that way they can work with it and play with it. So that's definitely an option that you can do. And yes, Brittany, it says the share options, you need to make sure that your share settings on your syllabus is view only. So to do that, you will go to share. And you want to make sure that when you click on this get link, you want to make sure they're the viewer. Okay. Now for me, some of my students don't work in their actual school account. They might have to work in their parents' school account or their parents' account, like their parents' email. So I always change all of my share settings when sharing some things with students to anyone with this link. So that way, if a parent gets on, if another, somebody from outside of the district gets on, they can be able to see this document and view this document without having to have a district account. So then to change it to viewer, you will just go over and make sure this viewer is hit and then hit done. And then it's only view only. Yep. Yes, I can do it again. So you'll go to share. You'll click on where it says change down here. You'll click on this little drop down arrow and you can change who you want to share it with. And I always hit anyone with this link. And then you want to make sure it's on viewer. You don't want it to be editable. You want it to be on viewer and hit done. Okay. How do I get a personal Schoology account? Go to Schoology.com and then you can sign up for a Schoology account. It only updates when you embed. Yes. So no. So if you added in the link instead of embedding, but you added the link for the published syllabus, so you added in this published to the web link to your Schoology, it automatically updates as well. It's not just with the embed code, but it has to be this published link. It can't be this one. You don't want to copy this one, because then for students, when they click this one, it'll pop up looking like this. And we don't want them to be able to edit it or do anything with it. So make sure when you're copying to Schoology, you copy it with the publish to the web link or the embed code. When we are setting up our personal Schoology account for practice, can we attach our school Google Drive? I don't know. It might not. I wouldn't see why not. I would definitely, if you're worried about it, contact your IT department and ask to make sure that it's okay to be able to do that. What is the difference between link and embed? So when you link something, it will take them out of the Schoology course. So if I linked my syllabus right here, I linked it, it takes them to another tab for them to be able to see it. If I embed it, it keeps them, go back. When I embed something, it keeps them in the actual Schoology program. So this is just good for younger students. So there's not so many tabs at the top and they get confused. So personally, I like to embed things into pages as much as I can. So that way my students stay in one location instead of having to bounce back and forth. How did you get the square buttons at the top? There is a video and a training on my YouTube channel with how to do that for your Schoology course, okay? And also in this presentation, Brittany has, she has buttons already created that you can use for your own Schoology course. If I'm going to use buttons, I need to link, correct? Yes, you'll need to link it with the published link, yes. Yep. How do I get access to my Google Drive later? I don't know what that means. So you should be able to access the things that I shared with you on that PowerPoint, the Ashley G stuff. You should be able to find that on your Google Drive. Okay.
Where did you say those buttons were?
Oh, they're on my YouTube channel.
No, you said there was
Oh, the ones that Brittany has.
yes.
I added them to the presentation. So if you're on the presentation, they're linked in there. So it's linked.
The Bitly?
Yeah, the bit, like inside of that Bitly. Yeah, it's right here where it says Brittany background templates. That's where you can click on it, and it'll take you to all of her templates that she has through the slides that she did for Slides Mania. You can open up and you can use those templates as well. And then she also has in her YouTube channel, she also has a video, and she might have it linked. She just posted it on there. She just posted the drive on
Okay, I'm following both of you. So
okay, good. Yeah,
I didn't know. See, I've never seen I've never used Bitly's before either. So when I was watching one of your videos last night, I didn't realize that it was something that you saved live in the presentation mode.
Yeah.
I didn't know how to get to stuff.
Yeah.
But it's the link.
It's just the link. Yep. So so for me, I personally rather do a Bitly because it's a shorter link. Instead of having to have y'all copy this one down with all of this these characters, like this is just way too much for teachers to copy down, and also for students. So it just makes it easier to do a Bitly. And the way, super quick, the way that you do it is you just go to bit.ly, and you have to create an account, but it's free. And all you'll do is hit create, and then whichever place that you want to get a new a new link, you'll just copy the link at the top, go to Bitly, and paste that long link. Wait a couple of seconds, and this link will pop up, and that's the presentation to your Bitly. Yep.
So is all of that going to be on your video?
Yes, I'm still recording. Yes.
Okay, good.
I don't stop till I end the video because there's always some good questions that pop up. So
wow, I mean, I have a master's in instructional technology that I got at U of H like 15 years ago.
yeah.
So I feel like I'm able to use my degree now.
Yeah, there's a lot of new things that pop up for sure. And if you want another tech tip, my favorite one is this color picker. So like if you have something, I know we're getting off task, but it's just so much fun. So if you have a color that you want, so say I'm on like a website and say I wanted to get this exact orange, I can just use my color pick eyedropper, click that, and I can scroll over and see how it pops up with the green. I can just click that green, and there's my code that I can just copy and paste into my Google activities. Yep.
Kelsey, when people are giving you these different Bitlys, do you have a way to organize it? Like I just try to put it all like on a spreadsheet, but is there any fancy way I can keep my Bitlys in a place organized?
Yeah, I would just suggest a spreadsheet, and maybe do like, you can do different things with like, okay, this is a Google Slides presentations, and then all of your Bitlys. And you can even, with your Bitlys, you can change the name. So that way you're not, so like say this was a Bitly right here, but I didn't want to have the Bitly. I wanted it to be the actual name so that people know what they're clicking. You can just go to, let me do one really quick. I can just go to this link right here, insert link. Oops, let me get a text box first. I hit a text box. I can hit the insert link. You just copy and paste that link into there, and then you can title it whatever you want. So just say syllabus presentation, and then hit apply. And so now it's not this long link, but it's still linked into my presentation.
Okay.
Yep. All right, any other questions? How do you make your Bitmoji using Snapchat? You've got to connect your Bitmoji to Snapchat. So once you get your Snapchat, loaded with your Bitmoji, you can just connect your Bitmoji to Snapchat and be able to have all of the dancing ones and all of that. I can put on the Schoology page, I'll put the link to the video that's really good for how to get your Bitmoji dancing ones on your phone, and then also on your presentation. Okay. All right. And the color extension is color pick extension. Color, let me see. What was it again? There's so many of them. It is called Color Pick Eyedropper. That's my favorite one. Okay. How do I get that cool arrow? It's an extension. It's the custom cursor extension. Okay. And then I think that's it. There's probably more that I could show y'all, but we don't have time. So if you have any questions at all, just let me know. Let any of the admins of the group know. We're there to help you. And I will post this to YouTube with all the links in the description for you to use. Okay? All right. I will see y'all next time. Bye.